I am super excited today because I am with my friend Olivia. And hi, we have been hanging out for maybe a year, maybe a couple years now. So, she's been learning and growing and becoming her most powerful, authentic self and shining her bright light in this world. We've been talking about doing an interview together for a long time now, and we finally are getting to do it. And I thought she would be a great guest to come and share about how you can be yourself in this world and you can hold your confidence and really how you go through life just feeling like everything is okay for yourself. So, Olivia, introduce yourself. How old are you?
I'm 10 years old. My name's Olivia.
So, what do you enjoy doing?
I like to play volleyball and I do track and I just like to hang
Do you have any hobbies that you like?
out. Yeah, just playing sports.
The sports?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, what makes you feel confident when you're playing sports?
Just like knowing that I talk to myself saying like, I'll get the next one. Like talking
Hmm.
to myself and my teammates help me with that.
Yeah. So, if you were to mess up during a game and you said that you talk to yourself, what are some things that you say to
I
yourself?
just say like, I'll get the next one. I got this. It's okay. We all make mistakes.
Uh huh. And
Mhm.
have you always done that, or is that something that you just started doing recently? Yeah. So are you learning that it's okay to make mistakes?
Yes.
Yeah. And what does that mean when you make a mistake? Is that a bad thing or just something that happens?
Yes, because mistakes help you grow.
Okay. Yeah. So the next time that you can try another way. And what makes you nervous when you're playing sports?
Like when I mess up a lot, then I'm like, maybe I won't get the next one. Or like
Mm,
we're playing like a really good team.
yeah. Yeah. And do you do the same thing by talking to yourself during that time when you're nervous, or do you try something else?
I just like take some deep breaths and calm
Hmm.
myself.
Yeah. What do you think about trusting yourself when you play sports? Do you use any like self-confidence or ways to make yourself feel more confident about yourself when you get ready to go play a game?
Yeah, I like talk to myself. I'm like, okay, I can do this today. Today is gonna be a good day.
Mm-hmm.
Or I'll just say like good stuff or like I will pass the ball. I will hit the ball. I will, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So you kind of in your mind and in your thoughts and in your words think about how it's going to work out before it works out. Have you noticed that that works for you or has it changed anything?
Sometimes it changes. Sometimes it stays how I planned it in my head.
Okay. So you've noticed that it has been helpful for you to start doing those things. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So what sports do you play?
I play volleyball and track.
Which one is your favorite? Yeah. Do you run and track or what do you?
I
Mhm.
do triple jump, 50, 100, and 4x1.
Wow. That's that's impressive. I cannot jump, so I will not be doing that ever. So let's move on to school and friendships and let's talk about that. How about that? So, what do you think makes a good friend?
I think a good friend is someone that always has your back, always be there for you, and like doesn't tell your secrets, and just like one of your family members.
Yeah. And how do you show up as a good friend for people?
I like to always just be there for someone when they need someone. Like if they're hurt, if they're sad, I just always like to be there.
Yeah. Do you ever notice that people need friends that don't have friends? Yeah. And how do you interact with those people?
Kind of like the same I do with they if they do have friends. I'm just like try to make new friends or like
Mm-hmm.
try to be like
So
extra
you,
nice to them if they don't have a friend.
yeah. So you just show up as yourself no matter what. Have you ever felt different than other kids or felt like you didn't fit in?
Sometimes I feel different from like older kids if I like don't have like what's the trending shirt right now or something.
Yeah. And how do you get through that? How do you make yourself feel better when that happens?
I'm just like I'm perfect just the way God made me.
Yeah. And are there any skills or tools that you use at home to help you remind yourself of how perfect you are already?
I have this thing that me and my dad made. You put list down things that you are and you say like I'm thoughtful, I'm kind. Mine is I'm thoughtful, I'm kind, loving, smart, funny, powerful enough, and I say this is who I am and my parents named me Olivia.
I love that. Do you think that's something that other kids your age would be able to use? Yeah. Do you call those affirmations? Like
Yeah.
you're making yourself feel good by affirming yourself? Yeah. When did you start doing that?
I think like 2 or 3 years ago.
Mhm.
Um when we were on a trip with mom's work, someone was talking about it and we were like, oh, that's a good idea. So we tried it.
Yeah. Have you noticed anything different since you started that?
Yeah, I'm feeling like more confident in myself in sports and in just everyday life.
Just life. Yeah. Do you do it every day or just once in a while?
Just once in a while.
Mhm. Does it help on the days that you're not feeling very good? Yeah. Yeah. So, what do you do when you're kind of hanging out with your friends and they're doing something that maybe you don't agree with? How do you stay true to yourself and not give in?
My stomach kind of gives me that feeling if it's like a tight ball. I'm like, I don't really feel like this, or if I'm like feeling good about it and I agree with it, then I'll go
Hmm.
with it. Or sometimes I just say, my parents don't let me do that. My parents don't let me do that.
Blame it on the parents. Yeah. That's okay to do too. So, you're talking about that feeling you get in your stomach. Is that your intuition? I know you have my and I have talked about that before. Is do you feel like that's what your intuition is?
I think it's my higher self telling
Your
me.
higher self? What is your higher self?
It's like an older version of you that it's like a spirit guide that always like knows the right way to do something or the right answer,
Hmm?
and they tell you.
Yeah. Did you know you had a spirit guide?
Not until you told me.
And do you ever feel that you have spirit guides around you? You do? Okay. And so when you're in those kind of tricky situations and you get that feeling in your stomach, do you ever remember that you have help that can guide you in that moment?
Yes.
Hmm. Has that helped you to make better choices?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you want to give an example or is there something that like you don't have to give any like personal examples, but like a choice you made one time that maybe you wouldn't have had you not known you had help.
Yeah, I like would like do something that was I didn't feel comfortable with doing just because like all my friends were doing it, and I felt like if I didn't do it, I wasn't like one of the girls or like with them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so now you don't feel like you have to do something to fit in. Yeah.
Just know that I like fit in with my my family and my spirit team.
Yeah. And you're being true to yourself, and you have all those affirmations you get to say about yourself and remind yourself of your worth and that you're perfect the way you are and that fitting in doesn't make you any different or better. It just sometimes that feeling in your stomach tells you this probably isn't a good idea. And you may at sometimes have given in and said, well, I'll fit in if I do this. Right? And then you learn, well, maybe I need to listen to this because this always makes me safe and it's the right choice usually.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. What do you think confidence is?
I think confidence is being yourself because if you're being yourself, you're not like worried about what other people think of you, like
Hmm.
what they think about your true self.
And do you feel that you have confidence?
I feel confident some days. There's other days, like if we have like a math test that day, math's not my favorite subject. I catch myself being like, I do not want to go to school today. And if you like don't want to do something, that's kind of a sign that you're not very confident in it.
Yeah, that's a good example. And on those days you don't feel confident because you have a math test. I don't like math either. So I'm with you. What do you do to get yourself through that day? Because you still have to go, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I like to think ahead of like what's in the week, something fun, and I like to put my energy towards something funner than something like not positive.
Okay. So instead of worrying and making your mind go over and over on the thing that you are nervous about or you don't like, you look for something you do like and you start thinking about that. Is
Yeah.
that what you mean?
Mhm.
Yeah. That's a great example. I
Thank you.
think that we all need to use that. Do you feel like when you do that that you feel more relaxed or you kind of let go of some of that
Yeah.
worry?
Or I
Mhm.
just take the test like one piece at a time, like one
Okay.
question at a time, and if I don't understand it, I'll take it home and work on it with my parents.
That's a yeah. So instead of trying to force and rush, you breathe and you slow down. And then if you get nervous, you start thinking about something good or positive. That's a great example. Um, so when you feel confident, do you think that's the same thing as liking yourself?
Um, I think they're kind of similar, but also they could be different at the same time.
Okay. What is the difference between liking yourself and feeling confident?
Feeling confident is like you're confident in yourself, in your body, and then liking yourself is that kind of like you're your own friend and you like know yourself well and you stand up for yourself and stuff like that.
That's a perfect example, Olivia. I love that because confidence comes and goes, right? Like you
Yes.
were saying, you're not confident about the math test,
Yeah.
but you might be confident about something else that you're going to do. Like I'm confident I can draw a pretty picture, you know? But liking yourself is something that can stay consistent. I mean, there might be days that feel a little harder to do that, but when you learn to like yourself, then that helps you make better choices, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And so you don't necessarily feel like, oh, I have to do this to be liked by everybody else because I like me.
Yeah.
Is that
I
kind of what you mean?
yes.
Yeah, yeah. That's so great to think about. I hope that everybody watching this heard that because that is something that I think a lot of people don't understand that confidence might not always be there, but we are always there for ourselves,
Mhm.
right?
Yes. Sometimes it's harder to like yourself when someone tells you something like not nice about yourself, then it's harder on you to like yourself.
Hmm. Yeah, and how do you handle that when somebody sends something not very nice?
I kind of just like shake it off. I go into my room and like listen to music and spend some like alone time and
Mhm.
like think about it and like talk about it to someone that I trust.
Yeah. So you process and you instead of do you spend a lot of time thinking it's true or do you try to think of other things that are
I like to think of like other things, like to take my mind off of it, like to think about like positive things.
Mhm. Yeah. So I'm curious because sometimes you might get really mad or upset about something that someone says or does. How do you handle your anger?
We have like this bat in our closet, like a plastic bat, and we take it on our bed and swing it and get all our energy out.
You get all your energy out. So, how does using the bat on your bed help?
It helps me get all my anger out and like all my feelings that I don't want in my body.
Mm-hmm.
Just like get them out, get all my energy out, and release.
Mm-hmm. So, after you get done doing that, do you feel like your anger's gone, or do you notice your body feels different?
It's usually gone. If it's not, I like to draw and write down my feelings in like a notebook or something.
Hmm. Yeah. So, is that kind of like journaling your feelings? And yeah, that's a good idea. So, when we get mad, do you think it's best to find a safe place and let yourself feel that, or just to hold on to it and then maybe beat up your brother later?
I think it's better
Yeah.
to be in a safe place and let yourself feel that, and
Hmm.
then to like talk about it later to one of your loved ones and like let yourself feel what you need to feel.
Yeah. Because feelings actually aren't bad. It's just how we handle them, right? So, I mean, we all have those feelings. I get mad sometimes. I know your mom probably gets mad sometimes. And we all probably need bat for our bed, right? So, I think that's great. What happens when you get sad?
When I get sad, sometimes I just like let myself cry, let myself, yeah, like let myself feel it and spend like a lot of alone time just, yeah.
So, it's okay to cry when you feel sad? Yeah. Do you think people feel like it's not okay sometimes? Yeah. What would you want to say to those people that don't let themselves cry or feel?
I would say you need to let your feelings out because they're going to get all clumped up in your body and then there'll be no room for like happy, excited, there'll be no room for those good feelings that you want to have in your body. So you have to let it out and make room for more good things to come in.
That is so good.
Thank you.
That is so good, Olivia. So when I let go of a feeling I don't like, that means that I get more room for feelings I do like in my
Yep.
body.
Mhm.
That is so cool. That's so good. Wow. So do you feel like you are learning to trust yourself more? Hmm. And have you been using meditation to help with that? Or is there anything else that you've been doing to learn how to trust yourself?
I just like learn how to trust myself because I know like even if I like make the wrong decision, then my spirit guides will like still have me, and I like talk to
Mm.
myself a lot. And like I think as I getting older, I'm like getting to know myself a lot more than I did when I was young.
Yeah. And at 10 years old, I cannot imagine what it's going to be like when you are older, like 15, 16, 17, and the wisdom and confidence that you are building now. And, as we talked about, confidence comes and goes, but the fact that you get to like yourself as you grow older, like that's really, really important, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's so cool. So you were talking about how your spirit guides help you. Do you have names for your guides or ways that you talk to them?
Hmm.
Do you want to share?
Names. Okay, I have Grandma Court, Grandpa Wally, Reggie, Tanner. Those are dogs that have passed away. And then I have um, Cole, my dad's friend, and then Haven, my mom's friend's daughter that passed away. And then I have Finley and Eliza. Those are, one of them is my friend. Well, both of them are my friends. I just like felt that name come into my head when I was thinking about that. So I was like, oh,
Mhm.
that's their
Yeah.
names.
Okay, so you have some spirit guides that were human that aren't alive anymore. And what do you feel like they help you with?
I feel like they help me keep me safe and protected. Like they have this like bubble around me that they have like shining energy down, and it's like kind of almost like a force field.
Ooh, yeah. So they're like protectors. They help protect you. Yeah. And the dog ones that you mentioned, how do you think they help you out?
I think they help me by like if it's a wrong feeling, they're up there barking, and if it's like a good feeling in my stomach, then I get to.
Well, that's cool. Yeah, I love that. And then it was Finley and what was the other one's name? Liza?
Eliza.
Eliza.
Yeah.
And so these are spirit guides that you didn't know as humans, right? So there were just spirits that showed up in your world and said, we're your guides.
Yeah.
Yeah. But they're more like friends. Like you feel like they're your friends.
Yeah, I have one of them in my Bible study group, and she helps me a lot. And then I have Finley. She's just a little girl that really likes me.
Well, of course she does.
Yeah.
Yeah. So do you ever ask them for help when you're doing things?
Yeah, like right before I'm like turning in a test that I don't feel very confident, I like stop and look at the paper, look over my answers, and I turn it back in.
Okay, so you ask them for help at school when you're doing a test or something that you have to get good grades on or you want to get good grades on. Yeah. Do you ever ask them for help when you're outside of school?
Yeah, sometimes I ask them for help in like sports, like
Mhm.
please help me like win this, feel like confident in it, like help me get my serve over, good passes, stuff.
That's cool. So if you could teach someone else how to know when your spirit guide is around you or helping you, what are some things that you've noticed? Do you feel anything? Do you hear anything? Do you see anything? How do you know?
I know by like feelings, it's the same like in my stomach. I would tell them if they are stuck on a question, they want God to answer it, they can say, if this question is a yes, my left hand will hurt, and if it's a no, my right hand will hurt. And then by like the end of the day, if one of those things hurt, you can know, or it can be like something different. Like if it's yes, I will see a penny today.
Okay. Yeah, that's great. So, one of the things that we can do, I think that we should all do this. We're going to all just learn from you today. Is we get feelings in our body when we're communicating with a guide. And did you assign, like, did you tell them that you want your hands to feel like that? Or did they tell you? Like, how did you know it was your hands?
Just gave an example. Usually it's
Okay.
my forehead and my stomach, but
Okay.
sometimes I like to change it up because sometimes my stomach and forehead hurt, even if it's not a question.
Yeah.
More often for your forehead and stomach to hurt than like when you're hands or feet at
Okay.
first.
Okay. So you can actually ask them, like, if this is good for me, give me a feeling in my right hand. If it's bad for me, give me a feeling in my left hand. Okay. That's really wonderful. So I know, like, a lot of people will feel something in their stomach, or they'll get like feelings maybe even in their throat or like their head. So our body speaks to us and tells us different things if we listen, right? Is
Yeah.
that what you're saying?
Yeah, that was actually my mom that told me that.
And but do you notice it for yourself?
Yes.
Hmm.
I used to think, oh yeah, that's just my stomach hurting. But now I know they're actually trying to like tell me something, and that's important.
Yeah. And how do you know what it is that they're trying to tell you? Like, do you stop and listen? What do you
Yeah.
do? Hmm.
Yeah, I stop and listen to like what they're saying, and I like try to like really focus on the question and what they're telling me.
Okay. And how do you listen? Because I'm guessing it's kind of hard to hear from
Yeah.
a spirit guide. What gives you the ability to hear them?
I just really get to like a quiet space and like really like lay down, close my eyes, and I usually get like a yes or no for them, or maybe just like a Y or N, and I know that stands for yes or no.
Okay. So it's important to make time to be quiet so you can hear them then. So whether that's laying down or sitting still, maybe closing your eyes and then listening, that helps. Okay. Good to know. Hopefully everybody's paying attention to that because that will help people to be able to listen to their spirit guides more. So if you were to give advice to other kids that needed some support, what would you say to them?
Like what kind of
Maybe when life just feels really hard.
okay. I would tell them to take it one step at a time, like I do in math, and I would say be honest with yourself, be your true self, and if you focus on the good, life will be a lot less hard than you think it is.
Yeah,
Because just like remembering that everybody has something they're going through.
true. Yep. You're not the only one. But
Yeah.
sometimes it can feel like that. So, if other kids are worried about maybe losing friends or not fitting in, if they start to maybe choose themselves or like themselves more, what would you say to them?
I would say if you are feeling like they're not being nice to you when you're finally like figuring out your true self, I would say to not like let them get in your head, like start like meditating more and more like figuring out being yourself.
Yeah, because a real friend wants you to be yourself, right? Yeah. And it's really special when you find that with someone, but there will always probably be somebody that doesn't like you
Yeah.
liking yourself. Yeah, I think that happens even with adults. So what does standing in your power mean to you?
To me, standing in your power means like you're being your true self. You're like being honest, being truthful, speaking the truth. Like you're in your
Okay. And what advice would you give your kids your age that are wanting to learn how to meet their spirit guides?
I would say that they really need to focus. Um, really, like when they're thinking of it, what names come to your head? That's one. What like adjectives come to your head? If it's like protected, then their spirit guides are one of mine that like protects you, or like Trying to think of some other ones like that's like safe. They're like also like trying to keep you safe and just like really listening to what they're trying to tell you.
Okay, so you would say meditate and get quiet,
Yeah.
and then ask them for a name, and then some random name might pop in your head,
Yeah.
and then you just trust it, right? Okay. And then some of them might tell you what they do for you. So some of them might say, I protect you, or I keep you safe, or I help you make decisions, that kind of a thing. And then once you get to know them, you can call on them anytime you want to, right? Yeah. They even are with you when you're sleeping.
Yes.
All right. Yes. What would you tell adults? What do you wish adults understood about you and kids your age?
I wish they understood just like how it's a lot like different for kids now than it like was like later on. Like if you get like bullied about like not having a phone or something, or like I just feel like they kind of forgot how they felt when
Mm,
they were younger. Now that they're older, they like can like forget how they felt and how their kids probably feel now. Because probably if they felt something like they felt not secure, then their kid probably feels that from like the generation down.
yeah. So sometimes feelings get passed down. Yeah. So you are absolutely right, Olivia. I was just thinking about this a couple days ago about, man, I could not imagine growing up having a phone and all this pressure on me to fit in. I mean, we had pressure to fit in, but you guys have a lot of pressure. And so for adults to understand how difficult that actually makes it, I mean, it's nice to have it, but it also can be really hard sometimes. Yeah, that's great advice to remind us all that just because you're kids doesn't mean you're not going through just as much.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep. Good reminder. So let's see. Um, what is one word that you would use to describe yourself?
I would say kind.
Kind. Why would you use that word?
Because I feel like because when we were doing where in Valentine's Day at school, everyone would go around and like write an adjective on your paper that describes you. And one of my friends wrote kind on me, and I feel like that just stood out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because
I
not all
think you're kind.
kind.
Yes, that's true. Not everybody is kind. So that is a great quality to have in the world is to be kind. So as we end, Olivia, I'm going to do a little bit of a rapid fire question and just ask you some fun things. What is your favorite color? What is your favorite food?
Mac and cheese.
Mac and cheese.
Yes.
What is your favorite thing about your life? Your family. Well, Olivia, thank you so much for coming and teaching us today.
Yes.
I think that you have so much wisdom, and I love how you have been able to teach us all about so many things. I think the thing that has stuck out to me the most that you have shared with us is the difference between confidence and liking yourself, and that they don't have to be the same. So I hope that everybody hears this from our teacher, Olivia, today. And I look forward to seeing what else she gets to teach this world as she keeps growing older.
One more thing before we leave, I just wanted to say that I feel like a lot of kids my age struggle with like not worrying about what other people think of them. So if you're one of those people, I would say to always tell yourself you're perfect just the way God made you.
You're perfect just the way God made you. Great ending statement.
Thank you.
So, well, Olivia, thank you for being with us today, and maybe we'll do this again someday.